This is Catholic Daily Reflections for Tuesday of the fourth week in Ordinary Time. Today's reflection is entitled, Hope in the Face of Suffering. There was a woman afflicted with hemorrhages for 12 years. She had suffered greatly at the hands of many doctors and had spent all that she had. Yet she was not helped, but only grew worse. She had heard about Jesus and came up behind him in the crowd and touched his cloak. She said, "If I but touch his clothes, I shall be cured." Immediately, her flow of blood dried up. Mark 5:25-29. According to Jewish law, the condition from which this woman suffered rendered her ritually unclean, which excluded her from both religious and social life, causing her to endure not only physical suffering, but also psychological and emotional isolation. See Leviticus 15:25-27. This isolation, while difficult, reflected the Mosaic Law's intent to teach Israel about the holiness of God and the need for purification to approach him. Her condition symbolically reflects the spiritual affliction of sin, an incurable state that separates humanity from God and others. By permitting her suffering, God prepared the way for his glory to be revealed through her healing. Her humble yet bold act of faith, reaching out to touch the cloak of Christ, teaches us to trust in God's power and mercy. Her suffering was permitted not as a punishment, but as an opportunity for God to manifest his saving power. Through her faith, she not only received physical healing, but also restoration to her community and a share in God's glory. This gospel invites us to see ourselves in this woman. Spiritually speaking, her condition mirrors our state when burdened by sin, which causes an interior isolation and separates us from God's family. Sin ultimately leaves us dissatisfied and alienated. Like the woman's healing, our restoration requires a humble act of faith, reaching out to Christ and the sacraments, where his grace heals and restores us. Beyond sin, we all face various afflictions, physical, emotional, or relational, that can weigh us down. In these moments, it is natural to seek immediate relief. Yet this gospel reminds us that God's plan for our lives often includes permitting suffering for a time to bring about a greater good. The woman's 12 years of affliction were not in vain. They became the means through which God revealed his glory and brought her into deeper communion with him. Similarly, our sufferings, whether caused by sin, physical ailments, or rejection, are opportunities for God to manifest his saving power if we approach him with trust and humility. Believing these truths can indeed be difficult, especially when we are in the midst of suffering. In such moments, we must rely on the gift of supernatural hope, which is born of grace and sustains us when human strength falters. Hope is rooted in the certitude of faith, and faith opens our hearts to truths that transcend the limitations of human reason. See Hebrews 11:1. This humble woman exemplifies both faith and hope in the face of suffering. Her unwavering belief in Jesus' power to heal not only inspired her to hope, but also moved her to act. Her hope compelled her to reach out and touch his garment, trusting that even the slightest connection to Christ could bring her healing. By this simple yet profound act of faith, she received far more than physical healing. she encountered the transformative power of God's mercy and love, which restored her fully and brought her into deeper communion with Him. Reflect today on the example of this holy and humble woman. Her act of faith inspires us to approach Christ with humble confidence, especially in moments of suffering and need. Like her, we are called to humble ourselves, reach out to Jesus in prayer, and trust in His power to spiritually heal and restore. In the sacraments, particularly reconciliation and the Eucharist, we touch the hem of Christ's garment and encounter the transformative power of His mercy. Pray for the grace to trust in God's providence, knowing that He lovingly permits even our trials to lead us to deeper communion with Him and to reveal His glory in our lives. Let us pray. My merciful Lord, You allow me to endure the effects of sin and the frailty of my fallen human nature, not as a punishment, but as an invitation to deepen my faith and hope in You. In moments of affliction, grant me the grace to turn to You with trust, believing in Your power to transform all things into good and to reveal Your eternal glory. Jesus, I trust in You.